through, because it used to be a big event. You used to get but what had happened was that you'd get the band. Well, first of all, you'd get the policeman at the front that would be marching down the centre of the road, so that the traffic would have to wait until they got past. That was it. Traffic stopped. And then you get the band behind. Then you get all the different organisations with the banners, the Boy Scouts, the Girl Guides, Mining Associations, and so on, and all these other organisations, all in the uniforms and everything, what have you. And the entire villages used to just turn out and line the road. But I don't think, if you ever get some of these photographs of those, I'm quite sure there'll be a lot.
Yeah,
you know, you might even recognise some people that's on them.
It is there, sweetheart.
Got a couple of, this is a picture of a Whit gathering. I think this is more...
You know Whit Monday?
That's still the fireworks in the background.
That's down bit 10 acre that.
So that's like a, we were wondering if that was after the war and they were like celebrating.
Yeah, it could be after war, but before war, when we were children, every Whit Monday, my eldest brother played the big drum for Walkley Sixton Band when he was 6 footer, and he'd been in First World War, we were only 17. They were with cadets at drill hall, and my mother didn't know they'd gone camping. And they were in Germany. They were took prisoner of war at 18, and he got freed, didn't he? And he got distinguished conduct medal. And he played the big drum, and at Whit Monday it set off. He lived there in them houses just outside the welfare area of Sendon, and he bang that drum every bit of way up Peace End and Oak Kiddisip village, you know, and he'd go up to Potterill Chapel, and he'd bring there scholars down to Court Corner, and the primitives came from Stonygate and met them. They walked down the road, and the Wesleyan Chapel down here joined him. I remember that being built, that Sunday school.
This is like a Whit sing where they all go around and...
I know, and he'd meet them, and then we met Moultonley Church and Westwood Mission. And we sang on Moultonley Hill, there, Moultonley Hill, and then we all went down to 10 acre. We went down to Otley Plain to 10 acre, and we met all Chapeltown churches and chapels. And Burn Cross always left early at 10 acre because they went to sing at Barnes Hall. And Lady Mabel Smith used to give him a cup of tea and a bun. And folks who know Burn Cross will tell you that. Yeah.
You still do that at all?
Windside Gathering, Number 4.
1904, that's quite a
that
I think that might be Stocksbridge, because we've been doing some things out of Stocksbridge.
No, it don't look like 10 acre to me. That's not 10 acre with Artifer back. Yeah. And I'll tell you something else, there's lots of people who don't know. I don't know, it was 1940, now we're born in 1916, at which...
2 years. Yeah. Go on anyway.
Anyway, just to have a quick conclusion, what was your best memories of Stocksbridge?
I'd have to say Christmas. Well, yeah, paid it. I'd have to say Christmas time.
So that's when everyone got together.
Yeah. In all ways, especially at work. And
they have a march where all the Girl Guides and the Cubs and the Scouts, and they all march down. I'm talking about my place from Elsinore. They set up at the top of Hoyle and work all the way down and work it into Elsinore Park. And Elsinore Park used to be a recreational area. They used to go down having picnics, sand pits, there were swings. There's a shop there. In fact, there probably still is a shop. I've not been up in the top part for years and years. There's a shop. They've got a miniature golf course at the far end. They've got flower beds where people used to sit round during the Whitsuntide area. They had the band on, the brass band, in the bandstand. They were playing and people would be sitting round in the deck chairs. They had a paddling pool with a little stream going around the back. And people used to have a fantastic day. They'd go down with all the picnics. And would you believe it, they used to have a boat on Elsinore Reservoir, a passenger boat. But the reservoir was a lot bigger and higher than what it was now. But if you go down to the top part, you can see the banking that was cuts down. So you imagine then that that banking was actually the edge of the water, and the water came up to the top of that banking. And they had a big passenger boat that took them all the way on a trip, all the way around the reservoir. They used to get some of the foolhardy youths who used to swim it across. It was very deep in there, and very cold. I wanted to regretted it. But it was a really, really good day out on that. But that was just one section of it. Then they used to have the fair that used to come down there. The travelling fair used to be there for a few weeks. Everyone used to pile down there. They have the cricket matches. People used to go down to watch the cricket matches. Everything was centred around that.
They still do some of those things.
Do they still do? We've not seen a fair for years and years.
Well, they were saying they have a fair at the back of Newton Chambers Hall, didn't they? That's still a fair.
They did, right, it was the back of the pub. Is it the wagon and horses? They used to have the cart and horses and the wagon and horses. I could always mix the two up as to what they were. I think it was it's the cart and horses. That if you go down the bottom, and in actual fact, that field now there is a resident travellers' side, where they live there now, and then they just up and away they go in summer, and then they come back in winter. But that's where they used to have the fair there. They've got the land, and now, as you can see, they've put permanent structures, permanent standards that's up there. But there used to be these events, and they travel over and want to be at Elsica, and then a few weeks later to come up to Hoyland and so on and so forth. But a lot of these have